We'd like to thank everybody for coming out today. It's a little warm out, but we're going to make it successful today.
All right, so we're going to get gas real quick. My bike's full of gas, but I'm not racing my bike today. We were sitting downstairs and my dad looked at my tire and said, man, that thing's smoked. You should race my bike. And I was like, well, okay, sure. So, I mean, probably the first recorded instance of a Rieju MR200 racing night motocross / arena cross. And yeah, we're gonna try to keep the streak rolling of wins in 450C, and I think I'm racing 250C tonight, so we'll see how we go. Yeah. Also, I guess it's worth mentioning, like, if you're watching this video and you aren't familiar with what a Rieju is, so they're a Spanish-made bike. They bought Gasgas's tooling when they sold out to KTM. I mean, they're well-built bikes and everything. Like, I've just rode this one for like 5 laps at Misfits, but they aren't like a cheap Chinese bike or anything like that. Like, they're solid bikes. They're really a solid platform motorcycle, KYB suspension, front and rear. I mean, overall, I mean, the little bit that I've ridden it, I usually ride a YZ250X. I came from a KTM 150 XCW before that. It's kind of a midway point between them, I would say, just geometry wise and stuff like that. So it definitely is not built for what we're going to do today, but it can handle it for sure. All right, so I did video for practice because I knew it was going to take me a while to figure everything out. I have to shift a lot more than I do on a 250 to clear everything, but I cleared everything I usually clear. It felt smooth. The power is great. It's just one of those deals where I can't carry third in the tight stuff near as well. I have to do some shifting, but it's all good. Heat races went well for the most part. I mean, in the 250C class, everyone's doing it on-off that I just cannot do on the bike. I'm not gonna blame just the bike, but I mean, it's part of it. Just, it doesn't have the right style of power and the right type of suspension to be hitting on-off. Everything else is pretty well fine. The whoops are sketchy, but the whoops are sketchy regardless. They're pretty big.
I got first in my class in one of them. I got third in my class in the other, which was last. We were combined with another class, but what can you do? And yeah, we're ready for the mains. Bike's handling well. Like, I mean, it's definitely not the style of power. It flatlines very early on, but you don't know when to shift, because then it drops off a little bit, so it's very hard to get used to. But it's definitely a more woods oriented bike, but like it's handling it.
synopsis of the bike as a whole, because that was really what a lot of this video was about. Yeah, I was doing a night race and it was really fun, and I love the night racing. Like, seriously, AMP puts on a really fun night series. But as for the bike, it falls flat on top, and I discovered that the hard way just because of how hard I was having to hit certain things. The suspension held up actually surprisingly well. Granted, I'm a lighter guy, so other people may have not had that experience. Ultimately, overall, the hydro clutch was great. Absolutely loved it. We came back with a first and a third. And I mean, granted, they combined it with other classes and I didn't beat everyone, but like, I felt like I had a really good moto on a bike that people don't really expect to be a bike that performs well in that environment. It definitely was outside of its comfort zone, but the geometry felt okay. It hit the whoops okay. Everything was okay. You could totally go to your local track and turn some motos on it and be fine, but that's definitely not its intended use, and you can tell. Like, my YZ250X is not intended as a track bike either, but you'd be hard pressed to tell. I was well aware I was on a woods bike tonight. And yeah, that's kind of my synopsis of the Rieju MR200 on a moto track. Yeah. So between the dream duo of Big Boy Brady and Lily, we got this held down for now.
It's a beautiful Ozark Trail outdoor tent.
Oh yeah, absolutely high class stuff. And we're just watching them water the track. Here, is it on?
It's on.
Sure?
Yeah, it's on.
Okay.
What's the lineup like? The order of the bikes now? Because they had a new order?
Yeah, they'll redo it. They'll call the numbers.
Oh, will they?
Yeah, they'll call numbers.
You know what order we are, though?
I'm good. I think we'll send my class first, then yours. I'm not sure.
What's that?
I think we'll send my class first, then yours, but you'll know whenever.
So,
Like they call your number.
I meant like our class, you know? Not like my bike number, you know?
Yeah, I know.
Okay,
It's the same. It's the same. Like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was good, dude.
That was a fun one.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. You guys are getting after it. That was fun to watch.
I had decided I was okay being behind you. I was not okay being behind another person. I heard someone behind me, and I was like,
You held your own. A couple times around the corners I looked and you were like right there, dude. I was like,
well, here's the thing, I kept trying to make some insides work, and I just could not make them work.
It's
Like,
slick, dude, it's slick.
It is.
It's just dry.
It's slick. You can tell you guys are.
The whoops,
good, dude.
the whoops were rough for you. The whoops were rough for me. We both were
Yeah,
like, okay,
I
let's just
struggled.
get through this.